Hi, it's Grandma Roseanne. We're going to make bruschetta because this is the time of year to make bruschetta. Everything came from the garden. All of these gorgeous tomatoes, the basil, the garlic, everything came from the garden, and it is so special. It is delicious. So the very first thing we're going to want to do is you want to get that little stem out of there. So let's get rid of that little puppy. I've got about, I don't know if I told you, but I have about 1.5 pounds of tomatoes in here, but there's really no measurements, you guys. What you want to do is you just want to use however many tomatoes you have. It's all by taste. It's just tomatoes, basil, garlic, olive oil, and salt. So you can do whatever you want with it, with the proportions that are comfortable for you, what you like. We really love basil and we really love garlic. So we're pretty generous with it. You want to cut this like into bite-sized pieces, just what would be comfortable on a wonderful piece of Italian bread. I could live on this stuff. Now you'll notice I put this in a strainer because we want to get as much moisture out of these tomatoes as we possibly can. To enhance that process, we're going to add salt, like maybe 1.5 teaspoons of salt. I'm going to mix it up. And then I'm just going to let it sit over my sink, and I'm going to let it drain and get as much of that liquid out as I possibly can. I went ahead and just did all the bread. I forgot to show you what I was doing. So I have a loaf of Italian bread. I cut it on an angle. And then I cut that on an angle as well. I would like just pieces like this where you can put the bruschetta on it and easily eat it. Now I have my oven set at 350 degrees, and I'm going to spray these with some olive oil. Gonna flip them. A little bit of olive oil on this side. That is going to help them brown. It's going to give it amazing flavor. Now I'm just going to take some Parmesan and sprinkle it over just one side of it. Do you have to do this part? No. I just think it adds greater flavor. So I do it. Now this is going to go into the oven. Watch it carefully. I'm going to leave it in for probably about 7 minutes, and then I'll check it, flip it over. I want both sides to be browned, and I guess it just depends on how thick you're slicing it and your oven temperature, so don't let it burn. I've done that too. And while we're waiting for that process to happen, we're going to work with the basil. Oh, this basil, you guys, smells so good. And if you think, I can't grow it, I don't have enough yard, get a pot. Just a pot. That's all you need. And there is nothing better than fresh basil. Nothing. All right. Now we're going to chiffonade. What does that mean, Roseanne? I'm going to show you right now what it means. You're going to get the ones that are about the same size, because I've got big basils and little basils in here. So right now I'm working with the big ones. Stack it up. And then roll it up like this. Now you have a tight little ball, and now you're just going to cut it in very, very thin strips. Can you see that? I don't know if you can. I'm going to come closer to you. Now, oh, where are you? There. Now can you see that? Just very thin strips. And again, there's really no measurement for this. It's really up to your taste. It's whatever you like. Now I'm going to work with a little bit smaller leaves. It's just easier to roll them if you have them about the same size. I mean, what a beautiful thing to make in summer, considering you can grow all of it. It all comes at the right time. You have your tomatoes, you have the basil, you have your garlic, and it all comes at about the same time. So you can make this beautiful bruschetta. And I'm fairly certain you know how to chop garlic. And I hope you do, because I do mine in bulk, so mine is already done. So I have got minced garlic here. I'm going to use probably 2 teaspoons and then taste it and see what I think about it. Okay, our tomatoes have drained for, I don't know, like maybe 20 minutes, something like that. But I got a lot of liquid out of there. So now what I'm going to do is add the garlic. And again, it's to taste, you guys. And then I will also add our basil and olive oil. So I am just going to plate this so you don't have to look at the whole mess. You can look at the finished product. Now this would be perfect just like it is, but I like some balsamic reduction on it, and I do have a video on how to reduce the balsamic. It's very easy, it's so delicious, but I ran out, so I'm using a little bit of bottled. There. Now, we get to sample. Crusty bread with Parmesan and olive oil has to be perfect, and then everything out of our garden has got to be spectacular. I dropped it. Now, a chef would cut that out. Hey, I am not cutting that out. I just put it back on the bread and I'm trying it. So good. I do have to pick up the part that hit the floor. But this is exquisite, you guys. Absolutely exquisite. So, if you liked it, thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I love hearing from you. And hit the little subscribe button if you haven't done that as yet. Let us hit the bell. That way you know when I'm coming back. So thank you so much. We are going to sit out on the patio and we are going to enjoy a summer delight. Thank you. Bye. Have a wonderful, blessed day.